And welcome to Sports Talk on a beautiful Tuesday evening. We are live in the studio tonight on the WJRG television network, and let's have some fun. We got 2 days before Thanksgiving. I'm Dr. Jerry Green, along with my good friend Big Don for Big Don Production. What's up, my brother?
Everything's good. Everything's good.
Everything is always great. We got the legend to my right, Bruce Austin. How you doing, my brother?
Everything's beautiful, brother.
And all the way from Jacksonville, Florida. And how's the weather, first of all, down there? How's the weather, man?
It was 72 degrees today.
72 degrees.
That sounds like a winter.
You said it was a little chilly the last couple of days, though, right? It was a little chilly.
Yeah, it was. It warmed up tomorrow, going to be 80.
Okay, because you and I talked the other day. You said you had to heat out the other day, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 80 degrees, all right.
80 degrees, your tan's starting to come back. I might hop on a plane when I leave here.
And we want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. That's coming up very shortly. And remember what the season is all about. And let's walk in love this holiday season. We're going to get started, man. We have a lot to talk about in sports. I want to thank those who are viewing us on the WJRG television network, the KMI International, Media International. And we have some great pastors that's a part of what we're doing. I want to thank my pastor, Dr. Willis Miller Jr., as well. He's the president of the KMI. So, and everyone, let's have some fun tonight. We have a phone number too, 475-227-2170. If anyone want to give us a call, and Bob McCormick will be calling in as well with this sports update. Henry, let's talk about the Monday Night Football game last night. The two brothers would head up, Jim Harbaugh and his brother John Harbaugh, and also the Baltimore Ravens beat the Chargers 30-23. You watched that game? Were you impressed with Baltimore or what?
Yeah, Baltimore played good. The Chargers got a winning record. It was a good game. Baltimore got to do what they got to do. But to me, it's going to be what they do in the playoffs. That's all with Baltimore. That whole thing is what do they do in the playoffs?
And that makes sense because, like I said, I mean, all roads lead to the Super Bowl. You got to go through the playoffs. Go ahead, Legend.
Yeah, I agree. The game was big last night because they had to get their momentum back.
Okay.
But like Henry said, they got to do it in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Well, they even know that. But one thing they did, I'll go with Don too real fast. But they did get the ball to the running back Henry, though, Don, right?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. I like the fact that, you notice they kept bringing up the brothers. There's always that rivalry, too. So that was very important. Big game, I felt, for both teams because the brothers wanted to butt heads.
Yeah,
when you're sitting around the table, who's going to have those bragging rights? Yeah, Thanksgiving coming through. Right. Who's going to get the turkey leg?
But you got to remember, though, the coach for the Baltimore Ravens, he beat his brother in the Super Bowl. Because he was the coach for the 49ers.
He wanted that one.
He already got bragging rights.
Yeah, the other one, they wanted it real bad then. But
right.
Good for the Ravens because they were starting to lose a little bit of not playing Henry was starting to hurt them.
Yeah,
we were starting to talk about him a little bit. Yeah. So that was a nice comeback they made last night.
Well, it should have hurt them because, you got one of the best running backs in the game, and you're not playing the guy.
Right.
Come on. And the man can explode and give you 20 yards at any time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's how Philly is so successful with Barkley because they running the ball. Yeah. So don't have somebody that can run the ball and you don't give them the ball. So you're going to catch it. You're going to catch it. But that was big for the two brothers, though, man. To be coaching against each other.
I think he's 3-0 against his brother. Yeah.
3-0, wow.
His brother wanted it bad yesterday.
Okay, wow. I didn't know he was 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0.
That's like me and my brother, man. We had to go head up. We don't want to go head up. But wow, that's tough, man, when you trying to coach. And was their father ever a coach or something? Was their dad a coach? How do guys get into coaching?
No, I don't think so. Because I know I watched the interview, the pregame show. I don't think he was a coach. But I know one of them was a quarterback. I don't know if both of them were playing in the NFL, but the other brother, the one that's for the Chargers, he just won the college championship. Was it last year with Michigan?
Okay,
right.
Okay.
All right. So he does got a championship. But he lost the Super Bowl to his brother.
Wow.
Yeah, he was coaching the 49ers, right?
49ers, right.
Okay. I didn't know that. let me go with Bruce on this one, man. We're gonna switch teams. We got the Cowboys. They beat the Washington Commanders 34-26. Was the loss? Was the last 2 minutes of this game the most exciting football you ever seen? That's the question he's asking. And what are you guys' thoughts? But first of all, I want to say the Commanders lost 3 in a row, Bruce.
Yeah.
They lost 3 in a row. They lost to the Steelers, and I know they lost to the Cowboys and someone else earlier. How big was that for the Cowboys?
Was it Pittsburgh or Philly?
Might have been Philly, though, right?
Philly.
So how big of a loss was that for the Commanders, and how big of a win for the Cowboys? Go ahead.
I mean, it was a bigger loss for Washington because they're in the
right.
But for Dallas, I mean, they're hanging on by a thread.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And it's still the Cowboys too, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying their record, the Cowboys' name don't mean nothing if they don't have the wins. But their record showed that they hanging on by a thread. They still got hope.
Right.
It's a slight hope, but they still got hope. So it was more important for Washington. I think they were before this game, they was in a better position than Dallas was.
Okay.
But remember last week I was telling you that y'all was asking about the MVP, and I said he's out of the race now.
Right.
This is why, because they're going backwards.
Okay. The Cowboys going. Who the Cowboys going?
No,
Washington. Yeah. Well, they lose 3. You don't want to lose 3 in a row this time of year. Right. What you think, Don?
I agree. I mean, Washington going backwards and this loss to Dallas, of all teams, a team that's struggling, a team that nobody probably betted on Dallas this week. I think we all had Washington, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then they turned around and lost. So maybe we starting to see the real Washington Commanders. You know, they came out hot all season. You know, now they starting to, this 3 losses is going to be big. They lose another one, it's really going to hurt.
Yeah, but don't forget, Don, these division games.
Right.
So when Dallas was 1-15, who they beat? They beat Washington.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? Division games always different.
So the second time they beat Washington?
No, I'm saying not this year. I'm saying
okay.
Back in the day when Dallas was really bad, they won 1 game all year and it was against Washington.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So them division rivals is much different than a regular.
Well, you're saying they're supposed to be tougher, but Dallas wasn't even supposed to give Washington a hard way to go, even if it is an individual game.
Yeah,
the way Dallas been getting beat at home, they're getting beat by everybody.
Especially Bruce, at this time of year, when you only got like 6 games left,
I agree.
And you lose 3 in a row.
I agree.
You know, when you don't won something like 4 or 5 in a row.
Dallas is supposed to be counted as a win.
Right.
Yeah, but like I said, Dallas hadn't won a game all year. And they beat Washington.
They beat Washington, right. And that was a
They
shame.
was 1-15 in the whole season.
And that should have been a shame by them for Washington.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Division rivalries are much different.
Well, they
always
tougher.
play each other tough.
They're a little tougher because they know each other. But in this case here, the year Dallas been having,
it don't matter.
Washington shouldn't have let Dallas beat them of all people.
They didn't let them. Dallas took it to that butt. They didn't let them.
He said let them.
My point is, Washington had lost 3 in a row.
Yeah,
so it could be head downhill for them.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe it wasn't the Washington that we thought in the beginning. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
They could have hit a little bump. You know, they still got that potential.
And give me your thoughts on the Commanders. And I know you're a Dallas Cowboy man too, man.
Yeah, because that was one of the questions that was going to be coming up later, but that's fine. Like watching, because really, what I was thinking about was, did you guys watch the game?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so with Dallas was up 20-9. Well, that was the score, and then going into the last 2 minutes of the game, I ain't never seen a game the way it went back and forth with the scoring. I mean, it was crazy. And like my man with the kickoff, the guy that did kickoff with the punt return.
Yeah, Turpin.
And then Washington came right back on the first play, touchdown, and actually watching the way the game went, then the field goal, then the kicker missed the extra point.
Yeah.
That could have cost the game.
That hurt it.
That hurt it. But the onside kick.
And then onside kick, the guy ran into a play touchdown. I mean, what I'm saying, the last 2 minutes of that game was so crazy because Dallas was up 20-9, then Washington scored a touchdown, making 20-15, something like that. And then Dallas scored and came back and scored. It was crazy. But as far as getting back to Washington they're not as good as maybe we thought they were. I think they peaked early.
Well,
You know, I don't know if they got key guys out, but
some of the teams they lost to besides the Cowboys, and even the Cowboys, they were due for a win. It's not like they're that bad.
Yeah, but
Don't
forget now that Jaden Daniels, once he got his ribs messed up, he ain't been the same since now.
Yeah,
that got to do with it too.
Yeah, I just want to say this though. Now, the Washington Commanders coach was Dallas's former defensive coach, and he was there. So they wanted that game. So I don't know. Washington kind of like came out kind of flat.
They wanted it too bad, Henry. They wanted it too bad.
Let me ask y'all a question though. I've been noticing kickers this year.
Oh my God! Man,
What's going on with the kickers?
I brought that up before, man.
I know.
Talking about the kickers, man.
They've been blowing it like crazy. I mean, all around the league. It's not just one team anymore.
All around the league.
All around the league. And I do believe, that's what hurt the Jets one time too.
Yeah.
And I said from the beginning, when I brought it up, a lot of games that the kicker lost that the Jets won.
At that particular time, I expect to see so many kickers.
Now everybody missing out.
Everybody missing.
But then they put a lot of pressure on the kickers too. They're one of the guys that they're moving the thing back to 60 yards. I mean, one time even 40 yards was tough. Now, okay, as long as it was 52, now they're going for 60.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're going to try a 58 yard. I mean, that's too much pressure on the kicker.
Dallas got the best field goal kicker in the league.
But he missed the other day, right?
No.
He missed 2 the other day.
I mean,
he had one block.
Yeah. But he made more than he. He kicked him 65, 66 yards.
I forget what team was, but they had one guy that only missed one kick this year. That was Sunday.
Yeah,
he had only missed one kick all year. So I can't say Dallas kicker better than them.
Oh, no, I'm talking about from deep.
Okay, from deep, yeah.
From deep.
You would think y'all would have won more games there.
No, you need more field goal. Hey, don't forget, everybody was on Dallas because they couldn't score a touchdown in the red zone. That's all they were doing was kicking field goal.
What's the other team that was winning just kicking field goals?
You can't win. You can't win unless you got a great defense. In field goal, you got a great defense. Man. When you get in that red zone, you want a touchdown. You don't want no field goal.
All right, let me just make mention again. This is our Sports Talk on WJRG television network. We're going to be on the radio at 8 o'clock tonight. So if you missed this show or anybody want to catch it on the internet radio, we'll be back on at 8 o'clock with Sports Talk. We have a phone number, 475-227-2170. Now, do you guys still think, Bruce, is the Commanders out of it? You think they lost?
No, they're not out of it.
They're not out of it, but they're not going to go too much further.
I mean, only thing they out of, and they're not really out of it, is the division title.
Okay.
They still got the playoffs coming up, where they'll be at the playoffs.
Right, but
they can't keep losing. Now.
Right, and they can't beat. They're not gonna beat Detroit, nobody, right?
They can beat anybody.
Really? Okay.
But they got to play. They're capable of beating anybody in the league.
Okay, all right.
They got to play.
Okay. Sports Talk.
Hey Jerry, how are you tonight?
Hey Bob, how you doing, man?
Bob, what's happening?
What's up? What's up?
Hey Bob, let's start it off with those Giants, okay? Let's start it off with the Giants.
Actually, I'm going to start off with the Giants tonight, Jerry.
Go ahead.
Well, they got some more bad news. The Giants quarterback Tommy DeVito might miss the Thanksgiving Day game against the Cowboys. He's got a forearm injury.
Okay.
That means Drew Lock is the backup QB. Your coach Brian Daboll said right tackle Evan Neal, who has a hip injury, he may be able to play. Outside linebacker Adil Ojulari, he's on the IR. And now I'm getting word that the Cowboys quarterback, Cooper Rush, he may not play either. He has a knee injury.
Wow. So who's the third quarterback?
There was a big war between the wide receiver of the Giants and Coach Brian Daboll. It was over. Neighbors were frustrated over why he didn't get targeted until the second half. He only finished with 6 catches for 64 yards. Former Giant Daniel Jones, we haven't forgot about him yet. He said he may have a new home sooner than later. Jones has a balance, however, on his contract for $11 million. this season. Chargers running back J.K. Dobbins, he sustained a knee injury during last night's loss to the Ravens.
Okay.
Chiefs kicker Spencer Schrader has a hamstring injury, and tight end Peyton Hendershot is on the injured reserve with a calf injury. KC has activated 2 players to replace them from the practice squad. The Chiefs will take on the Raiders Friday on Prime, I believe the game is on.
Okay.
Raiders lose quarterback Gardner Minshew to a season-ending broken collarbone. Eagles running back Saquon Barkley ran for 455 yards. Part of the game he had Sunday night against the Rams. LA's wide receiver DeMarcus Robinson arrested on suspicion of DUI. We talked about this story a few months ago back. Dolphins, Tyreek Hill. Those traffic citations have been dismissed after the officers, now get this, they failed to appear in court on Monday. It stemmed over Hill's careless driving and speeding on the way to the game back in Miami in September. Now, Patrick Mahomes, he was fined more than $14,000 for he made it like 2 fingers he did a gun thing. I didn't see it. This happened during the Bills game, or at the end of the Bills game. After college football, Oregon is still number 1 for the 6th straight week. Texas is number 2. Penn State is 3rd. Alabama, now guess this, is no longer in the top 10. When was that the last time? Saturday, locally, UConn takes on UMass, Central Connecticut, Rhode Island in the FCS playoff. High school football, Turkey Day. Despite the rain, the games are planned on still going on. The Elm City Bowl is Taylor's Cross, and in the Green Bowl is Hamden, Notre Dame of West Haven. There are several games right now still going on despite the rain we're supposed to get for Thanksgiving. On to the NBA, there's 5 games on tap tonight. How about Kristaps Porzingis? He made his season debut in a big win last night over the Clippers.
Yeah.
The Hornets' Grant Williams has torn ligaments. He's out for the season. Rodney Hood is on an 8-year veteran. He's retired. The Sixers' Paul George suffered a hyperextended knee last week. The Mavs' Luka Doncic out at least a week with a wrist strain. The Atlanta Hawks have been fined $100,000 for sitting Trae Young in the NBA Cup game against the Celtics a couple of weeks ago. On to Major League Baseball MVPs. As you've heard by now, the Yankees' Aaron Judge and the Dodgers' Shohei Ohtani. Braves Hall of Famer Rico Carty died in '85. He won the batting title in 1970. He played for 6 different teams during a 15-year career. College basketball, UCLA is now the new number 1 in women. They beat South Carolina, stopped their 43-game win streak.
Okay.
What poll is that, Bob?
That's AP.
Because the other poll got UConn number 1.
Okay.
Okay. Well, according to this poll, UConn is number 2. They'll take on 18th ranked Ole Miss tomorrow. Now, the poor UConn men, they were upset yesterday by Memphis in Maui, and they kind of blamed it on Dan Hurley, the coach. He got called for a technical. And guess what? Today in the consolation game, UConn loses their 2nd game in a row, this time by 1 point to Colorado, 73-72. And finally, tonight on the ice, it's the Bruins Canucks. Last night, the Islanders and Rangers lost. The Devils won. And that's all the sports I got for you, Jerry.
All right, Bob.
You guys have a great Thanksgiving, too.
Yeah. Bob,
you too, Bob.
Thank you, Bob.
Hey, Bob, before you go off, you got anything crying you want to do about them Giants? Because, you know, you always want to build them up.
We'll see what happens.
And listen, and don't
I
eat
think
too
we did have more than 4 weeks.
Bob,
Maybe
Bob,
right on target.
Bob, and don't eat too much turkey Thanksgiving Day either, right?
I'm going to turkey, cabbage,
And watch my wife exercise in class too after you eat, all right? All right, Bob.
Okay, I'll do that.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
Friday morning.
No, I'm sleeping Friday morning. All right. Have a good one, Bob.
Shrimp and grits Friday morning, bro.
Hey, go have some Turkey Day football over at Bowen Field.
Okay.
Thursday morning.
All right, Bob. Have a good one.
Brother.
All right.
I'll talk to you
All
soon.
right, Bob.
That's our sports legend, Bob McCormick. Welcome, Bishop. How you doing, my brother?
Blessings to you. Just trying to get the
All right.
Thanksgiving stuff in order here. Got to make my brine for this fried turkey I'm gonna do for Thanksgiving Day.
Okay. All right. You got the Vikings back there too, but I want to move on because I know this hour go by fast. I want to thank Bob for his report. Let me start with you, Bishop, on this one. How worried are you guys we should be? The Chiefs beat the Carolina Panthers 30-27 in another close game. Do you think that's going to come back to bite them in the playoffs? These close games? What you think?
No, I don't think so. Patrick Mahomes does what he does and is always going to be who he is. He's not concerned who it is he's playing. His concern is finding that way and having the will to win. End of story. And not just him with the return of Pacheco, the pickup of Hopkins, and I'm trying to think of Hunt, I believe is his name. Yeah, he's not too concerned. I mean, Carolina, you got to figure at some point in time is going to have an aggressive attitude because of so much losing. Come on. I'm not going to sit here. I don't know if I've ever been on a losing team. I can't even think. Even when you had your basketball league, we didn't have a losing team. So I don't know how to handle that kind of stuff. Just get out there, do your best, and whatever happens, happens. We took away 1 championship in 3 championship games. Not bad. Bottom line is Carolina. You know, they're selling the farm, but before they sell the farm, they want to see what they got. So, no, the Chiefs aren't worried about it at all. They'll be right.
Well, my brother, should the Chiefs be worried?
Well,
a lot of close games.
All the games were close. I mean, they should at least won by 10 points because Carolina stinks, you know, but, you know, they still won. And so, you know, it's the whole thing is like in the playoffs, they got Patrick Mahomes, but I would be, if I was them, I would be like, well, you know, we got to start playing a little better.
Okay.
Because that game should not, that particular game right there against Carolina, that game shouldn't have been that close. But they had to win on the last minute drive again. I mean, it's that to me that would be kind of concerning. I can see if they was a good team. That was a stinky team.
Teams are good. Any given Sunday.
I think Carolina only won 2 games.
Oh, they're still a good team.
But it ain't
3 games.
Carolina has been stinking from the beginning, so they're giving Sunday ain't come yet.
I'm just saying. But anything can happen on a Sunday, right, Bruce?
You only got to win by 1 point.
Right.
I mean, there's a difference in playing the game and looking at it for expectations. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You only got to win by 1. Everybody in the NFL. So any given Sunday.
Given Sunday.
Or like I said, they have a career day.
Right.
How many times do you think Barkley's going to get that many yards rushing?
Right.
He had a career day. Over 300 yards total receiving and running.
When
the team clicking on everything, sometimes it does happen like that.
No, hey,
you know what I mean? But when the lights are on, that's when Pat Mahomes shines.
Right.
Every year they said the same thing. Oh, it's receivers dropping passes. Oh, they're not playing that good. When you're not playing that good and you still win,
you're a good team.
Great team.
You find ways to win. Go ahead, Don.
I think they're going to get their chances this year. Because you know what? One day, everybody luck run out.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you keep playing sluggish, then eventually you're not going to get that big break that you need.
Right.
I'm you guys now, I don't see no 3-peat with them. I think right now.
I wish Larry was on.
I think right now they taking too many chances. And down the road, yes, them chances can come back to hurt you. We also seen stuff like that. Even though we've seen Pat Mahomes does great things and came through a lot of stuff, that don't mean like this year going to be his year. It could run out.
Yeah, but you know what that is?
And I'm starting to think that maybe this year is going to run out for them.
this is what you call, this is the opposite of Baltimore. Baltimore always.
Wow, we lost him.
I know.
Yeah, we better stay here and wait for him. But anyway, hopefully the show is still recording, or it looks like it's still recording.
It's still going live.
Yeah. But, to Bruce's point, Baltimore, we know for a fact they're back. But go ahead, Bruce, you're saying. I mean, I know I understand what you're saying because they're frozen. They'll come back.
Can you hear them, Ernie?
We can hear you now. We can hear you now.
No. It went out for me. Go ahead. Just go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you were talking about Baltimore having that slow start and suddenly straightening themselves out. Now they look like the Ravens.
I said that this is, Baltimore always have a great regular season. But when they get in the playoffs, they find a way to lose. Kansas City just the opposite. They have a mediocre regular season.
And then they
win it all.
Right.
I agree with you on that. I do agree. But the one thing I think we're going to see different, and I know, Don, it's your turn, so I'm gonna be real quick. The one thing we see different is Baltimore this year got a slow start. I mean, I think that Kansas City smack in the mouth earlier in the season sort of kind of made them lay down. You know how you get that for those of you that are listening, please don't take this and call us and start complaining. You know that little mama's boy, as soon as he falls off the bike, he lays there until somebody shows up. I think that's what Baltimore did.
Yeah, a lot of mamas are looking at you right now.
Yeah.
and they boys.
Yeah, but I mean, as soon as he falls off the bike, he lays there until mama comes and picks him up. Boy, get your butt off the doggone floor. But Baltimore's up and running now. So, hey, let's wait and see what they do now.
But Bishop, before you got on, we talked about they was giving the ball to the running back Henry now a lot more.
Yes. I watched the game last night.
Now, would that be something that they need to do more often going forward or what?
Sure. That's an obvious. We don't even have to even say that because if they want to win, they better give it to King Henry, okay? And let that little 6'5", 280 some odd pound muscle train go on down, carry some people with him, man. I was watching some of the guys that were tackling him. They looked like they didn't want to tackle him no more after a couple of shots. You know what it reminded me of, guys? Remember Earl Campbell?
Yeah.
For some reason, Henry reminded me similar to Earl Campbell. There were times when he was playing with the Houston Oilers, guys would tackle or try to tackle Campbell, and they pretty much bounce off of him, man. And when they come back, they were like scared to tackle him. So they started learning how to gang tackle. That's the only way.
Bishop, what I was going to say, that reminded me when I was a little guy trying to play football, and the guy running through, and we got to tackle him. He's dragging all three of us down. You know, it's hard, man, because when the guy's bigger than you, he's coming full strength with all his power, and he's bigger, man. Pulling all muscle, and
all muscle. Yeah, I know.
You try to slow him down. Oh, I mean, come on.
I tell you a quick story. I tried to play Pop Warner football over there in West Rock. They had several teams, and my first tryout, my two tryouts actually, I tried out with the Chiefs in West Rock, and then I tried to play with the Bears over in Hillhouse's field over there in Gulf Street Park. And they had me I was a wide receiver. They had me do an 80 over the middle. That was the first and the last time I went 80 over the middle. I mean, I got stuck. It was a Mike Tyson, like, pow! I said, I quit. I ain't playing this game no more.
That was for you.
For me.
I'll tell you what I thought the Chiefs were going to do.
Okay, I get you, Bruce. I get everybody. All right, let's talk about the Eagles. I'll start with you, Don. Philly. Oh my God, the Philly looking good. They beat the Rams 37-20. How impressive are the Eagles looking right now? And what's your thoughts on the Eagles? And we got Barkley up next. What's your thoughts on the Eagles?
Well, see, the Eagles done turned it around now. At the beginning of the year, we was a little like, well, Barkley ain't doing it. They was having trouble. Hurts wasn't ready yet.
Right.
But the Eagles done turned it around. You guys better watch out for the Eagles now. It's this kind of momentum that you get going this time of the year that takes you right on in there. So I think the Eagles are ready.
Okay.
I think they're showing that they're ready. Saquon Barkley, I think they're showing that they're ready. I mean, he done did some fantastic things. Not only, I mean, that jump over the guy back, the turnaround backwards jump. So he showed you what kind of season he's going to be having.
Yeah.
Breaking the records yesterday. He showed. So if he keep going like this, watch out for Philly.
Go ahead, Bruce.
I'm glad y'all finally caught up. I'm glad y'all. What I tell y'all last week before last, when was that when he jumped backwards over the guy?
Yeah.
Y'all was asking who was coming out the NFC then. I said Philly.
Okay.
I said after that game, they turned it around and they read it. Everybody saying Detroit.
I still got to see you back in Detroit, though. I got to
yeah,
see
but look,
I
see you're changing your mind.
No, I'm just saying. I got to see
You
it.
can jump on me, Bruce. I'm changing mine.
But check this out. Barkley turned that team around all the way, man.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
I'm talking about all the way around. That running game changed everything.
That's right.
The defense playing better, everything. Listen,
open up Hurst now. He can do his little running thing.
Listen, they coming out the NFC. If they don't, they probably get caught up on a bad game. But they got the momentum going, and what y'all always say about this time of year.
Yeah,
that's when you want that momentum.
You got to play your best.
Philly dangerous team right now.
Right
now.
Go ahead, me.
They're dangerous team.
Yeah, they're playing good. They look good. The only thing is going to be in the playoffs, depending on how they do against the Lions or Minnesota, in the playoffs. But they're looking mighty good. We'll just have to wait and see. Because Detroit's playing good, Minnesota's still playing good. So in the playoffs, like we said, any given Sunday, it just all depends on how it goes. But as of right now in the NFC, they are looking mighty good.
You got to remember they've been there before, so it's not like it's the first dance.
Yep. Right, absolutely.
You know what's funny about this? Last year they started out 10-1,
right,
and fell right off the roof.
Right.
Yeah.
This year they start out bad and turn around at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
I tend to think that the difference really is Saquon Barkley, because last year they didn't have much of a running game, and Jalen Hurts was running like he was trying to break out of jail, trying to get away all the time. Saquon Barkley, even this past game, I promise you, Saquon Barkley, I think, is having his absolute best year.
Not even close.
I'm kind of nervous. I'm a Viking fan, and as much as I love my team, my thing is this: Minnesota is like 15th or 16th in stopping the run. Okay, you got to multiply that by 7 when you release Barkley. And the other thing, pay attention to this. I don't know if you watched this, any of you guys, maybe somebody did, maybe you didn't. When they do that tush push, Hurts no longer goes forward. Hurts is now rolling off to the left now. He did it like 3 times when they did that tush push. They're waiting for him to come up the middle. Both teams are clogging the middle, trying to sandwich him in. One particular defender jumped over the pile. By that time, Hurts was in the end zone, about to throw the ball. But you're right, Bruce. They are a dangerous, dangerous team. And as a Viking fan, I'm a bit concerned because, Darnold's bakery isn't open yet. He ain't toasting nobody. He's managing games. He's pulling a Brock Purdy in this day and age. And if we had to play them, we'd probably play them second round, because it looks like we're going to be, if we don't win the division, we'll be the 5 seed. And usually 5 plays 6, if I'm not mistaken. And then that winner plays whoever number 1 is. If that's the way the sequence goes. Currently right now, we would play Atlanta. And if we beat Atlanta, we'd play, I can't think who's under us. It's somebody from the West we'd end up playing. And then we might have to meet them the next round. And, well, let me say it to you like this. If that happens, well, I'll go buy a ticket, go get some popcorn. Take that train.
I got a question for you, though.
Go ahead.
If Detroit and Philly played, who are you going to pick to win?
That is going to be one of the great games.
My money would be on.
Keep in mind, we do have, we do have.
Wake up, Larry, wake up.
All right.
No, I've been trying to get on.
Okay, we'll do on. Okay. All
we do have Barkley. Let me say this quick, because I want you to make your last comment, Bruce, so Larry can hear it. We do have Barkley for Philadelphia, but you also got Gibbs and Montgomery, double threats for the Detroit Lions. You got Hurts, and then you got Jared Goff. He's been there also. So to me, that would be a heavyweight fight. That would be Ali Frazier fight one to me.
You don't know yet?
I don't know, because I mean it's that close. I mean, I honestly want to say Philly, but I'm not going to count Detroit out. Okay,
right. Because you got remember now, Detroit, they're like the Pistons. They're like a hard-working city as well. They got
exactly,
and then they got to depend where they play at. And who you got, Detroit or Philly, if they met? Who you pick right now? I don't know. Just give me
I don't, because they're going to be playing in Detroit. If the game was right now, if it was today, just like say they're playing tomorrow, and they were playing each other. Now, right now, Detroit is putting up. They're putting up 50-something points the last couple of games, right? Except for this past game, they won 24-6.
Look at it.
They have been playing good. The Eagles been playing good. Okay. So to me, it would be like our Bishop said. It would be like Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier in their first fight. As far as first fight.
Okay, because we're gonna do our picks. We did our picks for the week, so we'll talk about that. So we'll get to that. Larry, who would you get between Philly or Detroit if they played each other right now?
It will be a real good game, but you got to go with the facts. Detroit has been proven over the past 2 years, and I think Philly sometimes they turn it on really good. In some games, they're suspect. So I would have to go with Detroit. Because they're consistent.
Then Philly wins 6 in a row.
Yep.
Detroit is consistent.
Then Philly wins 6 in a row.
And they got to complete. You can't go by the past. You got to go by what's going on right now.
You can't go by your record. When Dallas lost 6 in a row, y'all just
regular suspect too, depends on who you played.
All right.
But earlier.
Yeah.
You can't count Minnesota out either.
Oh, no, I'm not counting them out. I'm just concerned. Our biggest problem is our quarterback.
Yeah, he's too late in the season.
But listen, hey, Bruce, here it is in a nutshell. It's a difference between managing the game dominating a game. Darnold is not a game dominator. And I'll throw somebody in there. Last year's Super Bowl, Purdy was a great game manager. He was not a dominator or a dominating factor in the game. And Mahomes came in and ran them over like they wasn't even there.
People took that label off of him because of the way he played.
And
he did much more than manage that game. He picked the time that he had to run. See, a quarterback that manage a game, they're looking to hand that ball off or shoot short passes. They're not looking to say, well, I got to make this decision right here quick. And that's what Purdy been doing. He's running good. He was passing good. He played as good as anybody.
But no, I'm saying, Bruce, and that makes sense. But at the same time, Larry, you a football guy. You played the game way more than I did, by the way. But the truth of the matter is, to me, what you just described was a good game manager. Let's take Patrick Mahomes. Let's compare the two. Mahomes, like you said, ran when he needed to run, passed when he needed to pass, whether it was short or long. Mahomes, even when he was in trouble in that Super Bowl last year, and I recall seeing this, when it looked like he should have been sacked, found a way to get the ball into, and he just got hurt, number 4 for Kansas City. I can't think of his name right now. You guys know who I'm talking about. Got the ball to him. I mean, he just did what he needed to do. Purdy, on the other hand, when he got in trouble, and you saw it this year when we played you guys, Don, when Purdy got in trouble, man, like a rabbit about to get shot, he went down.
The 49ers are done this year.
They done.
And no hope for the 49ers. I mean,
no, but I was making the quarterback comparison, and Bruce is saying, I mean, Darnold is ranked in the top 10 for quarterbacks, and that's only because of his passer rating, the efficiency of his passes, even though he lead. Funny how you could be in the top 10 and still lead the league in interceptions. He's actually leading the NFC in interceptions, okay?
The only thing I'm saying is all them teams still right there in the mix, and anyone on
You're right.
can
You're
win.
right. But don't worry, I haven't given up the train, Don.
Right. But all the teams in the
But
mix.
all of them that's in that mix can win if they catch you wrong.
Right. Even the Washington Commanders, if you don't play them right, they can beat you.
Right.
And congratulations too, Bruce. Boy, oh boy, that was weird. I mean, whoever your return man was, that dude. I mean, that's a smart fella. Boy.
Yeah, but that won't happen too many often times. He dropped the ball and then he get it just maybe one little turn.
That spin move.
Yeah, man, spin move. He was gone.
So
What are
you saying, Bishop?
That ain't gonna never happen again.
Hey, can I tell you something? And I know we haven't done our picks yet, but when we get to our picks, not one of us had any faith in Dallas. I mean, I wait till we get to the picks because there's an interesting pattern here in the picks for this week. So I'll talk about it.
I'll get that in a few minutes.
But Bishop, I'm trying to ask you, are you on the Dallas wagon now? Are they going to the
No. I was just giving them props. Listen, if you had a good game and you finally did something right, I think Jerry Jones suited up and we didn't know that he was number one. But anyway,
he just sit in the press box. That's what it was.
No, I think Jerry Jones was wearing number one. That's what I think. But I'm gonna let that go.
Let me make mention. This is our sports talk on WJRG television network, produced by Big Don Production. We have a phone number 475-227-2170. Give us a call with any comments. We are live on the television, Facebook, and YouTube with the KMI International Media. Larry, Saquon Barkley or Josh Allen, who's the most valuable player this year so far? Barkley or Josh Allen?
I would have to say Saquon Barkley. He has turned Philadelphia around totally. The running game, and the Giants never had an offensive line. Never opened up holes for him. Now there's holes everywhere, and he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. This is the way we picture him coming out of college. And with the running game and with Hurts running and throwing, because they got a lot of good receivers, I think Saquon Barkley is the best of them because Allen doing the same thing he does every year. He's running the ball, he's passing,
and he's winning.
He's not just totally dominating teams, but he's doing what he normally does.
Okay.
You know what it's like, Larry? It's like they had Barkley at the carnival all these years, and then they finally took him to Disney World. When he got to Disney World, he said, "This way I should be."
Go ahead, who you got for MVP? Josh Allen or Barkley?
Well, if you look at it, I really like Barkley, but then if you look at Buffalo, we didn't think because of the guys that they lost that Buffalo would have the record that they have. We expected Philly to be good, but if you look at Buffalo and what their record is, 8-2, 9-2. Their record is 9-2. They're the only team to beat Kansas City. And if you look at what Josh Allen is doing, if we would have started from the beginning and said which team was going to have a better year, we already said the Eagles. But you can't take away what Barkley is doing. It's incredible what he's doing. But you have to really take a hard look at Josh Allen because who else does he have on Buffalo? Well, they just got the other boy from Cleveland. He split to Dallas, the wide receiver. But the team that he has, I would have to say Josh Allen right now.
Who you got, Bishop?
I'm going to agree with Henry. I got it because Josh Allen is doing what we were talking about a few seconds ago. He's becoming a dominant factor in the game. He has practically no-name receivers. He's got practically a no-name running back, but he manages to find a way to win. And that game against Kansas City, if we had to be a regular season staple, that Kansas City game was his regular season staple. He was determined. And see, but then again, you said it earlier, Bruce. You said it about Baltimore. Buffalo's another team. They play great during the regular season, but when they come up against a team like the Chiefs, for some strange reason, like a cheap suit, they fall apart.
All the teams like that, though. I mean, except for Kansas City. They're the only team.
I'm just saying, against Kansas City, like a cheap suit. Well, they've done it against Kansas City, and they've done it against Baltimore. In the playoffs, they have fallen apart over the years.
Right.
Yeah, in the playoffs, though.
But really, you got Buffalo, Baltimore, and Kansas City. Those are your three main teams. right there. I know Pittsburgh.
I would agree.
And no, Detroit, they're in the NFC though.
So Detroit's NFC. Now let me ask you this, Jerry, and everybody: who do you think is that fourth dark horse team in the AFC? I wanted to say the Chargers, but now I'm convinced. I think the Chargers are spent.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, definitely
The Steelers.
The who?
Steelers.
Definitely Pittsburgh.
All right.
Steelers.
Yeah, I'm saying Steelers too because of their defense.
Yeah.
And because of the coach. They got a good coach. They got a good defense. And they have a history of winning. They have a winning tradition. So when you play the Steelers, you know, you're going to think about the Terry Bradshaws and the great players.
Stalwarts and all them guys. Rick, yeah.
You're going to think about them guys. Who you got down as your Barkley or Josh Allen?
Well, I like both of them, and Josh Allen really doing his thing. But I got to go with Saquon Barkley the way he's showing out this year. You know, he done stole the show. You know, like you said, Josh Allen does what Josh Allen. We see it every year. I've been a Bills fan from way back. We saw it even back then. But when we get down to the nitty gritty, where he gonna be? He's not gonna be.
We don't know yet. We got to see. See.
So far, we know what he's been at.
Well, that was in the past.
Well, the past is what counts today, because we ain't got no future to look for. Right now, you got to count about the past until he gets his future set. Like if they don't beat the Chiefs, if they don't beat he's still in the past until he beats somebody. That game, I've been impressed with him this year, but my point is I've been impressed with him before. So it ain't my first time. Saquon Barkley, this is something big for me.
No, I got you. He got to prove something too, though, in the playoffs.
Yeah, but
something.
He ain't been there but
Buffalo lost though. They lose to Kansas City, and they lost to Pat Mahomes.
Then you go back last year, who they lost to. The year before that, they always been in the thick of things now. You go back the year before that, who they lost to. But now all of a sudden you want me to jump up and say, "Oh yeah, they're gonna win it this year." Nah.
Hey, but what I want to say,
gonna win it.
This is the regular season MVP award, not the playoffs.
Right.
Well, I wasn't looking at the awards type of thing. I'm just looking at the fact that Josh Allen, and have they gave out the award yet?
No.
They won't do it until game 8.
Check this out.
Right.
You know how they always say that the MVP go to the quarterback?
Yeah, most time, yeah.
This is going to be the first year in a long time.
The running back get it.
And I'm thinking that Barkley might get it unanimous.
He might.
Man, this guy had over 250 rushing yards in one game.
That's true.
And the team they played against didn't have that many with the whole team.
Yeah, but then Larry picked up a good point that in Philly they're making holes for him and all that.
They make holes for plenty of running backs, and they ain't running like this.
But okay,
in order for a running back to run, they got to make a hole.
Well, what I'm saying, but Jalen Hurts, what about him as a quarterback though? He don't get no credit no more.
Who's the difference maker?
Last year he was almost the MVP.
They're not taking nothing away from Jalen Hurts. They're not
saying he went almost to MVP last year. That was the year before.
But you can't tell me that Barkley isn't the main machine that's making this thing run.
Everybody knows
it.
Yep. Jalen Hurts no scrub.
Yeah.
It's just that when they talk about Philly now, who name come up? Hurts or Barkley? That's why I'm talking about.
Tell you what.
When they talk about Buffalo, whose name comes up?
Some of that pressure off.
You better believe it.
Go ahead, Bishop. What you saying?
But it was always like that, though.
When they talk about Buffalo, whose name comes up, and it's been coming up for the last 3, 4, 5 years. Even when they had a Stephon Diggs, even when they had, I can't think of the other receiver's name that they had. The bottom line is for regular season, Allen is proving himself, to be, if not the front runner, in the top 3 for MVP. And I for that reason alone, I would go with Allen for the regular season. And I appreciate all that Barkley's doing. I'm just kind of looking at it, and he's having a phenomenal, and it's about time. He played so many years with the Giants. Giants couldn't even put a hole in their own shorts if they had to.
Let me ask you, who else on Buffalo that's going to give Josh Allen competition for MVP? Now,
nobody on Buffalo. No, and only
Hurts to go along with Barkley.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you look at it that way, hey Bruce, I mean, in the AFC, Allen has multiples.
Let me finish my question.
Go ahead.
Who else does Josh Allen have where they can take the pressure off him so he don't have to do as much as he's doing? Now
they're running back.
Or with Philly.
They're running back.
Hey,
you can be a great running back.
Exactly.
He's taking a lot of heat off Josh Allen.
Yeah, but who's getting all the talk? When they talk about Buffalo, who they talk about?
Josh Allen.
When they talk about Philly, who they talk about?
Barkley.
They talk about Barkley.
We know Barkley now, but
what we talk about now, this is first year with Philly.
Well, who team is it? Jalen Hurts.
It's Barkley team now.
It's Jalen Hurts team.
Hey, listen, you gotta.
What they doing that now?
No.
You can't disagree with Bruce. It is Barkley's team now.
The head is still the head. The head can't be the feet.
You're right. No, he's right. He said the head's still the head. The head can't be the feet. But at the same time, if they're gonna keep feeding Barkley, and Barkley just figuring like this, he's playing like this might be the last time I get to run like this. I mean, he's running like a kid going to a chocolate factory, man.
But if they stop Barkley, Hurts got to put it in the air.
Yep.
If they crowd in line of scrimmage and put all their things on stopping the run, and you can do that, you can take one man out the game, and then Hurts got to get it done.
Yeah, but have they done it?
To this point, nobody's done it.
Have they done it? You talking about what all they got to do? Have they done it yet?
Nobody's done it yet, except for those early losses.
If they haven't done it yet, they're in the 11th week, right?
So Larry,
week 13, starting
the way they're talking about Philly, Kansas City's not going to go three-peat because Philly's on a roll. So you better watch out, bro.
I'll tell you what.
Philly's on the road, but I tell you what, when you know something's good, like a diamond is a diamond, right? You can't. It's no different. A diamond is a diamond, and when it comes time for the playoffs,
sometimes you got
or not, the homie gonna come out his bag with something for you. Got something special, just like the other game. The Panthers.
Sometimes
if I got to do it myself, we're gonna win this thing.
Hey, Larry, sometimes there's a bigger diamond. Take that little one.
There you go. There you go.
That diamond been at the top for so long, you know.
You know what? I'm going to stick to my guns. I already said it, and you heard me say it weeks ago. There'll be no three-peat. My only hope and prayer and desire is that Minnesota meets Kansas City in the Super Bowl and finally wins one. That's my hope. That if I get one wish if I can have one wish in life, that is my one wish in life.
Minnesota is proven if they make it to the Super Bowl, they will lose. That's proven.
Yeah, well, Minnesota, they'll play good in the playoff, but
you see, I can't say nothing to him on that because he's right. 4 shots, but that was like 50 years ago. 4 shots in the Super Bowl and lost
the same way.
I'm picking Philly to win that Super Bowl this year.
Okay, listen. Let me move on a little bit. Listen, Porzingis made his return to the Celtics last night, and the Boston Celtics beat the Clippers 128 to 94.
Okay.
Now the record is 15-3, and the Cleveland Cavaliers record is 17-1. Which of these two teams are you guys picking to win the Western Conference?
Eastern Conference. Sorry, my fault.
Eastern Conference.
Right.
Who you got, Henry?
I'm gonna say Boston.
You got Boston?
There's only 2 games separating them.
And Boston was the one that gave Cleveland that one loss. All
right.
right,
I'm going with Boston.
Leave no doubt, Boston gonna repeat because their team is too good. I mean, their starting 5 is all-stars. People come off the bench, you know, they got a full, complete team. And with Porzingis hitting that 3, there's nobody that can take them down.
All right. Well, we got a phone call real fast. Sports Talk.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you? Is this Jerry?
Yes, it is. God bless.
Oh, God. Long time. My mom has known you for years. She's a big fan of yours.
Okay. Moms, we appreciate you. We appreciate you as well.
That's Sherry, my barber there.
Sherry, okay.
She's a big time Philly fan.
All right.
Okay. Hey.
They're looking good. They're looking good.
Eagles.
And yes, Jerry, I want to say this. I'm going to tell you three big things in my life. God is first, family second, and my Eagles is third.
You like the Eagles, okay? Well, I was born in Philly too now, so I'll let you know.
But you left too soon.
I got a little Philly connection though. All right.
You won't even walk when you left Philly.
Hey, for somebody they got a football team.
Philly win, I can get in the parade. My birth certificate. I can bring my birth certificate on there and get in the parade. Go ahead, Sherry.
Don't let Kendall know that.
Let me do it for you real quick.
Hey, Sherry. This is Bishop Richard. I appreciate you.
Hold on, Bishop. Go ahead, Sherry.
I want to take a moment to thank these Giants fans personally for passing on Saquon Barkley to us. You couldn't get a better trade than that. I don't even think it was a trade. Was it just a pickup?
It was a pickup.
It was a free agent. They let him go.
That just goes to show you that the Giants organization don't know what they're doing. He came over here, he's flourishing. We're going to keep him. Thank you, Giants.
All right, Sherry. Thank you for the
Y'all looking good.
And I'll tell you.
Hey, Jerry, you let it go too soon.
But I pick y'all to win the Super Bowl.
All right.
You got the number now. Call back.
Call it anytime, all right?
Absolutely.
Anytime. All right, Sherry.
Hey, Jerry, tell Sherry I got a special song for her. We're gonna see you in the playoffs. Purple haze.
All right, y'all. All right. Thanks, Sherry, for calling in. Wow. She's your barber, you said, right? Okay. All right. Real fast. What about the Sixers, man? Larry, let me start with you, man. The Sixers having some serious problems. Joe Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey. That's supposed to be the big three for them. Their record is 3-13. I know Joe Embiid is not playing a lot. Is this a disaster year for Philly or what? Should they break this team up after this year if they don't accomplish anything or what?
They should. It wasn't the chemistry's not good at all, and they don't seem like they really wanted to bring it together. Is they not playing like a complete team, and
so early though too.
It's just not going to work, and they should just blow it up and try something else.
They can't blow it up. They can't afford to blow it up. They got too many. They already signed everybody to them big contracts.
But if they don't play together, it's not in jail.
Yeah, but I'm saying in the NBA, that money guaranteed. If they blow it up, that money still go against their cap.
That's right. Yeah.
Who they gonna sign if they blow it up? That's all I'm saying.
They got to go in the draft.
Who they gonna get in the draft? They're gonna turn them around. They can't put on. What they gonna do with all the players? They got Maxey got top money. Embiid getting top money.
Paul George.
They brought Paul George over.
Everybody knew Paul George was old, and that was just, that was just like riding the ball tire. It's just going to get a hole in it,
I'm with you 100% on that, but I'm saying that money is tied up. They can't afford to get no good player.
Good. Go ahead, my brother.
A draft pick ain't gonna turn them around.
Go ahead, my brother. What you think about should Philly? What should Philly do?
Well, the whole thing with Philly has been injured. But to me, it started really. They should have never let Joel Embiid go to the Olympics.
Right.
Yeah, that was Philly already knew because he was already hurt in the playoffs. They should have said Joel Embiid, just like you're going to stay here, but they didn't do it. So then he missed. I don't know how many the first few games, first 5 or 6 games of the season. Paul George hurt again. Maxey got hurt. So the 3 guys that you brought in, they only played together 1 game.
Right.
Okay.
So they're hurt, and I don't know. I blame it on the man because it started with Joel Embiid. They should have never let him go to the Olympics, but they did.
All right, Bishop.
Well, you know, and to your point, Henry, maybe because he was just coming off injury, going to the Olympics wasn't a smart idea. But you already know what that's all about. Every NBA player, since they've sent NBA players to the Olympics, if they had opportunity and chance, they would limp to the Olympics.
And that's what he did.
Well, the whole bottom line is this: management rolled the dice, and unfortunately, they pulled up snake eyes. So, you know, and I don't know much about crap, y'all. So don't call me talking about, oh, you play dice, Bishop? No, I don't. I don't know nothing about it. I just know a couple of things. But the truth of the matter is, they're going to have to go free agency or find somebody in free agency that can possibly be a help. And what's in free agency right now is not a whole lot. They can't really even make trades because of that salary cap. You know, they're strapped. Philadelphia, to me, is the new New York Knicks. When you talk about salary cap. Well, the old New, you know what you know what I said. Philadelphia being new, you know, because and Bruce, you know what I'm about to say. When you give Charlie Ward $54 million, he a football player, not a basketball player, you know. So I think all the old New York upper echelon and regime has now moved to Philly. So let's see how they straighten this mess out.
Hey, Ernie, before you get off the Knicks, I just want to say, you see that game that Brunson played the other night?
I saw highlights.
He had 17 assists.
Mm-hmm. And
with
that's
with the team that they got. He should be averaging somewhere in them teams every night instead of more shots.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Jalen Brunson, I'm glad we kept him. He is giving new definition for the Knicks to the term team ball. He had some shots that he could have taken, but he chose to give the ball up. And of course,
that's supposed to be in the he's the point guard, right? Go ahead.
Yep.
Go ahead, Henry. You want to say something?
No, I'm just gonna say last night the Knicks blew out Denver, and the other boy that they got from Toronto scored 40 points last night.
Yeah, all them assists, and that's all Brunson got to do.
That's
Brunson
it.
Tried to get his own shot too much.
Okay.
He's playing good, but he tried too much to get his own shot.
Well, you know that looks like
bridges over from the net.
Think about this. Let's go back to, I think it was the 98, 99 Knicks, John Starks. Every time he wanted to shoot, well, no, I may be wrong the year, but the last time they went to the NBA championship, and that game 6, oh my goodness, that's a nightmare that keeps happening over and over in my head.
You know, 94. That was a 94.
Yeah, 94 versus Houston. I mean, you got Rolando Blackman and who had somebody else on the bench, and Pat Riley with his big head ego refused to sit Starks down and let somebody else have a crack at it. We go home because Starks was like 0 for 150. The barn standing this close to his face. Hey, the barn this close to his face, and he still can't hit it.
One thing for sure, Pat Riley don't have to worry about the Knicks giving him a statue.
You got that
right.
Oh, they'll give him a statue, but he might be in it.
We're gonna give him a bobblehead. But my Philly prediction is Philly might as well give it up. There ain't nothing they can do because, like, even if they want to do a trade, who wants those guys?
Nobody.
As far as MB going into the Olympics and getting hurt, I think if he didn't go, he still would have got hurt when the season started and still would have been out. MB is on the list, as far as I'm concerned, of being hurt all the time.
Yeah,
he's never going to be healthy again. He's done. He's not going to be the MB that we knew that scored all the points, made MVP that year. We're never going to see that guy again. Right. So even if he didn't go to the Olympics, it made some difference, no doubt about it. But he still was going to get hurt and be out. He was not going to finish the season strong. He might would have started off a little better. That's all they would have got out of him. But right now, Philly whole team, like Henry said, is messed up with injuries. Only Maxey is the only one that's healthy.
And he just came back.
Right. And Philly's done. Yeah. It's done. They can't make any moves.
Well,
but they still can get rid of one of the superstars. It's gonna be a big loss, okay?
Who gonna take them?
But you gotta look for the future.
Who gonna take them?
Embiid is a great player, but with that chemistry they got, it's not gonna never work. He's been there too long, and they should understand that this is not gonna work. They need to go to the draft and find somebody like the other teams coming up. You know, if you do the draft and you bring them up, you will have a good team.
But here's my question to you, Larry.
Tires is not working.
Name your top 5 possible draft picks coming out of college, out of high school, or wherever they're coming from. The only one that they're talking about now is that kid that plays for Duke. Flag, is that his name?
Yeah.
He's about the only one. Now, I mean, the rest of them are not ready. Okay. I mean, I'm looking across, and I'm a college basketball fan, and of course, in case you guys didn't know it here, UConn lost to Memphis in the Maui Classic, 2 points in overtime, but they should have never fallen behind. We'll leave that alone for another time.
We lost today, too,
Oh, no, but I saw something in that team, and we'll talk about that probably when we get a chance, when we get into college basketball at its full swing. But the truth of the matter is, other than Flag, I don't see anybody else coming out of college ball that's going to be a difference maker. So even if they went to the draft, what are they getting? Second-year starter, maybe a third-year starter at best? That's not going to help them.
Just like Don said. Who you gonna trade them to?
Yeah, you can't trade them.
You're gonna take a loss. You have to take the loss, because if you don't take the loss, you're gonna have the same thing.
It ain't about taking a loss. Picks coming up. It ain't about taking.
You gotta look at the cap space first of all. What can they do with the cap space? If they can't do anything with the cap space, yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They stuck with both of them, Paul George and MB. They stuck with both of them.
I wish they. Hey, I bet you they wish they had kept Booker now. Anyway, let's move on.
Well, Philly, they've been making some bad moves. They picked up James Harden. He didn't work out. So they've been making bad moves.
Look how Harden playing this year.
Yeah,
but look how Harden playing this year.
Yeah. You playing good?
Oh, Harden playing really good this year.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Put him on his shoulder. The Clippers. He didn't put him on his shoulder.
Well, why ain't you do
the
Philly?
They lost to Boston last night.
Why ain't you do the Philly?
Because everybody can't play with MB.
Right, he wasn't happy.
When
he wasn't happy in that case.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, but
he seemed to be happy right now.
He wasn't happy in Houston.
Oh yeah,
but he seemed to be happy right now.
You see when he was.
But you guys know James Harden is he gonna play good in the regular season. When the playoffs come, we can't find him.
There you go.
With Philly, he couldn't even play good. When MB wasn't there, he played good.
All right. And Bishop, we got to do our picks, man.
All right.
I know you got to about the ball. Lonzo Ball scored 50 points and 40 points.
Not Lonzo.
What was it?
LaMelo.
I'm sorry.
LaMelo.
He's raising Sam, brother. If you watch Charlotte, he's nasty, man.
I haven't watched him this year.
He's nasty. He doesn't.
I haven't watched him. Okay.
Him and Miller, the second year, man.
Yeah. Is that good?
Oh, yeah.
I got to check him out. Okay.
He's one of the best guards in there, ball.
Wow, okay.
He nasty, man. He doing some nasty stuff.
Well, my son brags on him a lot.
Oh, yeah. He doing some nasty stuff.
So what you think, Henry? He going to get another 40 points or what?
He can.
I would say he's the point guard. It's a possibility. I don't know who they playing that.
But he's now. That's all they really got, right? Besides the other guys.
No, they got plenty of players.
Okay.
Yeah, but he scored 50 and 44. So I would say, yeah, he probably would score another 40 next game, 40 points.
Well, look at take this theory. If he did it before, he can do it again.
You got to watch him, man. This guy's stepping back, man.
I'm hearing about him.
He's stepping back, shooting threes everywhere.
Well, what about his dad? His dad didn't say nothing yet. His dad ain't
daddy chilling out.
His daddy chilling out now.
His daddy done proved everybody
he learned
what he said.
Okay.
Stay chill, because when he start talking, trouble comes.
All right.
He ain't got to talk no more. Everything he said don't happen.
Go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, his father just, was out to picture them. He made too much trouble for his sons, put them on pedestals, talking about they the greatest and all this stuff. Want to be part, he want to be their boost man, and he put him on the line and he embarrassed them. And now they finally getting around to playing some real ball,
Okay.
I guess if he had more time and he didn't have that pressure on him, this would have happened a couple of years ago.
I got to watch it.
He slowed down when Magic talked to him.
Okay.
That's when he started slowing down. Up until then, Dad was crazy. He was messing him up. But you notice since he's been behind the scene, the other brother though, he still stayed hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came back. He came back and played a couple games. I think he went back
stayed
out.
hurt a lot. But
Like I say, Mike Jackson.
LaMelo always had potential.
But LaMelo
Maybe now it's
nasty,
starting to come out.
Okay.
He nasty.
I got to check him out. I haven't watched him yet.
Yeah, he nasty, man. He doing some nasty stuff.
Bishop is 7:10. Then let's do our picks real fast.
All right. Basically, here you go for this week. I said there was an interesting pattern that took place. When you look at each game in this sequence, every one of us lost the Thursday night game. Every one of us lost the Texans game. Every one of us lost the Cowboys game. But we went overall as a crew 7-3, meaning we had 7 complete wins. Everybody picking the same team. 3 complete losses, and there were 7 losses that cost you guys that didn't complete this cycle. Those of you who picked the Cardinals, you lost. The 49ers, you lost. And that one individual, I will not mention his name. Well, he ain't on now anyway, but he picked the Chargers. But here you go in a nutshell. Leading the pace and based on points, Henry is at the top with 10. I'm right behind him with 10. Bruce, of all people, is next in line at 9. Pastor Teague at 9. Jerry Green at 9. Big Don and Larry are at the bottom of the pile with 8 wins apiece.
Okay.
And I got to say this, fellas, you got to get your picks in tonight because you'll forget Thanksgiving. There's about 3 or 4 games. And you really, yeah.
Bruce doing this now. I'm going to do mine when I get home.
As soon as you get off, as soon as you can, get your picks in now, because if you forget, you're going to kick yourself in the head. Some real good games coming up this particular week. Unfortunately, we got to watch the Cowboys again this year, but we'll be all right.
I knew I shouldn't have picked those 49ers, but I'm just trying to support my team.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad you didn't pick them because you would have went home hurt. Green Bay walked right over them.
Bishop, real fast, talk about the KMI, man. KMI.
All right. For those of you that are watching us right now, you're watching us on the Roku channel on KMI. If you're watching by way of YouTube, we applaud you, but go to Kingdom Media International. You will find some of the best gospel programming there is in the country, in the world. You've got about 7 or 8 great ministries there. We've got exercise ministry. We've got plays. We've got great music, great interviews. And of course, WJRG is in the center of it all. Come on, come on. I guarantee you'll have a ball. It's KMI International, the best TV podcast in the world.
You can download the free app too. Download the free app. You can watch it on your phone. Like you said, the Roku channel, or also on your telephone, because this show is going to be back on tonight. So I'm going to download it. And so if anybody missed it, they can still go back on for Thanksgiving, whatever, and watch this sports broadcast tonight. Minister Andy, you going to close out in prayer tonight, bro?
Okay. Heavenly Father, we thank you for your loving kindness, your mercy, your grace. And Lord, we thank you for the Thanksgiving that's coming up. We ask you to bless every family, God. Everyone that's listening, everyone that's on the show, God. Bless the family. May love and mercy and your grace, God. Bless every family, every home, God, in the name of Jesus. We thank you for your love, your grace, and your mercy. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 Amen. So you guys have a blessed Thanksgiving, and if y'all want to do it again Friday, let me know. Okay, just let me know if y'all want to do it again Friday. I know we got a couple of good football games Thursday coming up. They got the Lions and Cowboys. They got 3 games, all right?
Yeah, Friday gonna be nice, man.
Yeah. So if you guys are
Black Friday game.
okay.
Black Friday games, yeah. Yes.
Kansas City on Friday.
Kansas City running over Oakland.
Yep.
That's the truth.
Okay,
Yeah.
what time that's coming
I
up?
think that's a great idea. Maybe it helps some of these folks keep money in their pocket buying stuff they don't need. Did I say that out loud? Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, you guys have a blessed night, and we're gonna do it again, man. I love you, brothers, man. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and just stay blessed, man. All right.
Go Vikings.
All right, everybody.
I like that shirt.
All right,
All right.
Thank you, sir.